Hello. We are 10 weeks away from the election. It's Monday, and today we're dropping our first No Michael Monday. On Mondays, we're going to talk about the reasons that you should vote for me rather than for Michael, and we'll hold it to a couple, 3 minutes tops. So here we go. Week one, we're going to talk about no content Michael. It's visible in a lot of ways. First, Michael's got no agenda. The Secretary of State doesn't seem like a job he wants. I don't doubt that he wants the position. He wants to move up, and I do think that being plucky and having initiative isn't altogether a bad thing. But having a position and doing a job are two different things. And in this prospective role, he's got no plan. He hasn't articulated any initiatives. He hasn't indicated anything that's going to make North Dakota residents better off. There's no promises, there's no ideas. Like I said, there's no initiatives. And just as scary on the other end, when he's been asked about suggestions, he's not indicated that there are any suggestions he might receive that would be too far or out of bounds. When I vote for someone, I want to know what he wants to do. I want to know that he's going to fight for me. I want to know what he's going to do to protect our processes and my rights. And Michael fails on both ends of this scale. His website is empty. His social media is empty. His comments to the media, they're also empty. Second, when he does talk, he talks in bumper sticker slogans. Now, to be clear, the Republican public agenda is pretty shallow and pretty simple. As a whole, the party apparatus doesn't like complexity. Deep thinking usually leads one away from the Republican position rather than toward it. And so Republicans in general are afraid of having complex discussions about their views. But with Michael, you don't conclude that he's merely grasping onto these bumper sticker slogans because of his dogma. Here's a third concern. He presents with the appearance of somebody who just doesn't understand or get it. That deep thinking, that complexity, that understanding of process is just not something that he's trained himself to do. And I'm worried about somebody taking a role that has this many parameters, this many aspects, this many processes, and putting somebody who just doesn't appreciate or understand complexity into that kind of role. And then fourth, there's this impression that he thinks that the office is in very good shape. He thinks that Al Jaeger has done a really good job. And those of us who interact with the Secretary of State site know that there's been some nice effort there, sure. But Al's understanding of technology, Al's understanding of customer service are dated. And we need to have somebody in the office that's going to move us a little bit forward. And I know that Michael says that he wants to, but he's got no experience in his life that indicates that he has the capacity to do that. And he's talked openly about how he thinks that there's really not much there that needs to change. And somebody who doesn't see problems is not somebody who's going to fix those problems. As a citizen, I want somebody in Bismarck who's not going to go along to get along. And Michael's invested in this club of Republicans that all want to be in part of the leadership, and everybody's moving up a little bit. And I don't want somebody who's a seat filler. I don't want somebody who's rudderless. I want somebody who's going to do some things for the people of North Dakota. I am a better candidate. I am more ready, and I just don't think that Michael's going to get anything done because he doesn't see that there's anything to do. If you're not clever enough to see the problems, then you're not going to address what needs to be fixed. I'm ready on day one. So thanks for joining No Michael Monday. We talked about how he really lacks content and doesn't have a plan. He's really not ready for the position. I hope that you will look at me. I'm ready on day one. My name is Jeffrey Powell. I'm running for Secretary of State, and I approve this message. See you next Monday.